self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are Conversation Con Artists. What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. On Point.
And I am Calamity Red.
And we are Conversation Con Artists, back for another episode. I'm going to need you to go to the website and check out www.conversationconartist.com, where you can check out our current episode, the articles linked to that episode, our old episodes, and you can go to the left of that screen, hover over the envelope, subscribe to our newsletter, leave us some feedback, do something. I don't even care. You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Mister_on point.
And I can be found at Red_Calamity. Also, we are still doing the listener letter portion of the show. So if you have a question that you would like for us to answer, you can send it to the website, or you can send it to our Gmail account at conversationconartist@gmail.com. And this week, I got a question for y'all. Next week we will be doing during the weekend at some point, so that's Saturday or Sunday. We will be doing our 1 year anniversary show, and we will be live streaming it. So we were wondering, what it was a good time for us to live stream it so that people could watch us do it. You can interact with us and ask us questions or make comments as we're actually recording the show. Now, we will also still be doing it the regular way. So if you can't tune in, do not worry. We'll still be on SoundCloud and iTunes and all those places. But if you want to be able to interact with us when we're doing the show, just this week sometime coming up, because this will be Tuesday when you're hearing this, let us know when would be a good time on either Saturday or Sunday for us to do the show, and we will announce it, I guess, on the Facebook page, maybe on the website
on the Facebook page and on the show notes.
Okay, so check that out to find out what the show date is going to be. I'm excited to do that. I think it'll be cool to be able to actually interact with people instead of seeing the comments on the back end of things, so that we can respond to the comments. So yeah, again, you can let us know either through the Gmail account, you can let us know on the website, you can let us know on the Facebook page, just however you need to get in touch with us and let us know what time on Saturday or Sunday will work for you. Will be cool. So yeah, just let us know. And that's the question for y'all this week. So we don't have a question to answer, and think of some stuff to ask us, because that's the whole point of doing it, is so that we can interact with y'all. So have stuff to ask so that we can answer and shit. So yeah, yeah. Let's talk about how men ain't shit for a second.
Why you always gotta be dragging me into the bullshit?
A lot of men ain't shit. Is that better? Then you get to kind of not be in it?
Okay, it gives me an opportunity to be shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
So this past week, one of these days, because I don't got no dude, so I don't give a shit. Plus, I wouldn't have celebrated this anyway, but whatever. Some made up ass holiday called National Boyfriend Day was this past week, and bitches was posting pictures of their boyfriend. And there's one dude, let me say this, man, if y'all are going to court, several women, you need to be a little bit better about this. So 7 different women posted a picture of the same dude as their dude, and it went viral. And I could just imagine the shit that posed for him. Once they found out, because they had to find out the shit went viral, it was all over my timeline. So I'm sure that at least one of these girls found out that she was sharing a dude. Now maybe some of the 7 knew that he wasn't just a dude. I'm gonna venture to say none of them knew. I just feel it in my bones that nobody knew that they were sharing this dude with 6 other bitches. Guaranteed. And I just don't, you know how tiresome that sounds to me? To keep 7 different people happy? That sounds horrible. That sounds like who got the time? All you're doing is catering to bitches. That's gotta be it.
But you don't keep 7 people happy. You give 7 people enough of what they need in order for them to stick around. You give one just enough emotional because you good with catering to just this one little emotional thing, and then you get one sex because you good at catering to that and then you get one time, the most time, because she be good after. You do that with 7 women.
That's a lot still. You one dude.
Hell, one is a damn lot.
It is. So 7, like 7. And I know that this don't matter, and I know because when people say this sometimes, I'm like, well, that don't matter. But one of the first things that I thought was like, he ain't even that cute. How are 7 of y'all like posting this? And he been riding with me for the longest, and love you, bae. And it's just like, really? I just want to know what the reaction was when they saw it.
What if he catfished them all? What if none of them were actual physical relationships?
That's even sadder.
It's sad for them.
On point. Yes, and for them, that's even sadder that you okay.
Because it's the same picture. Like it's like they didn't even post a personal picture where it's him.
It's just him by himself. Yeah,
it's just a picture of him.
Yeah,
that could easily have been sent to them. Everybody the same picture.
That's even sadder because I feel like. If I'm like getting to know somebody online and some little stupid ass holiday, like again, I'm not the kind of person that would celebrate this shit anyway. Even if I was the kind of person to celebrate this fake ass holiday, I'm not gonna post it of somebody that I hadn't met. How are we not together? I'm sorry, we not together till I've laid eyes upon you in the physical form, not not even through Skype and shit. Like, we have to meet. So I don't understand how you would count him if you ain't never even met him. And if you don't even know what he fucking looks like for real, other than this picture he didn't sent you, like, that's sad. That's even sadder to me for the women. Not for him. For them. Just sad.
It is impressive fuckery.
It is.
If he's doing it, it's more impressive if he's actually a part of all their lives.
Yes.
Opposed to just being an internet motherfucker with pictures just.
Because like I've seen like people that I know that day that have boyfriends that I know for sure are they posted just pictures of the niggas by themselves. Like it wasn't. So I guess that's what you do is you just post him. I don't know because again it's a stupid ass made up holiday, so I wouldn't have posted shit even if I was with somebody because for what?
What is today? The 8th?
Think so.
I'm going to tell you what the national days today are.
Oh, these made up ass.
It's National Fluffer Nutter Day.
What the fuck is a fluffer nutter?
I don't know. On the picture is like a sandwich or some shit. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want one.
No.
National Pierogi Day, which is some kind of food. A pierogi, like some Italian shit maybe.
Okay.
American Touch Tag Day.
What the fuck is that?
Touch tag.
What is touch tag?
You know when you play with kids, you run and you gotta touch the motherfucker.
Okay.
National Costume Swap Day. I don't know.
I'm not even gonna keep saying what is that. I'm just go ahead.
And National Motorcycle Ride Day. That shit's stupid as fuck.
All of them.
All these days, like scrolling through these months. Who comes up with this shit?
I do not know. How do people find, again, even if I found out about National Boyfriend Day. If I had a boyfriend, I would not have sent him no message talking about Happy National Boyfriend Day because what? So that means that there is also a National Girlfriend Day at some point. Let me see if motherfuckers are posting that shit on I guarantee you I ain't gonna see as many because dudes ain't finna do that. I don't understand. Why are you making up all these holidays?
It's a lot of them.
I'm sure. I think every day of the year. There's probably 365.
It's like 5 or 6 per day. It's like 5 or 6 per day. And I'm just scrolling through this month.
Fluffer Nutter?
Tomorrow is National Moldy Cheese Day.
Why does moldy cheese need a day? And what do you do to
know.
celebrate moldy cheese? Do you eat moldy cheese? Like, I don't understand.
So, if you're a dude and you are in a relationship, what's normal is if you ain't shit, you'll philander with one person. If you really ain't shit, you philander with 2 people. If you just fucking abysmal, horrible, then you just do your own thing. But to have 7 distinct women, that is like a master level of bullshit.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's awful.
I can never do that.
It just I hear stories like this and it makes me tired. It makes me tired. What is your life? Like, who wants to do this? Who wants to maintain, even if it's just a little bit, even if you have to give all 7 of them a little bit, that's a lot at the end of the day.
He might be benefiting. He might be getting some bills paid. He gets his student loans paid off.
You make this sadder and sadder every time you give me a scenario. That's even sadder for the women. Like,
well, for him, it's a win.
For him, he's
times 7.
I guess. Wouldn't it be easy to just get a job? I just sometimes, even with
but
women.
What if he have a job and he got 7 women? Like now,
it's even more tired. You got to go to work 8 hours. Maybe 10 hours, depending on what your job is. And then on the weekend, you don't even get to rest because you got to put in time with these 7 motherfuckers in order to keep these bills paid or keep this extra money in your pocket. And then you spending that money on these 7 or some of the 7. Some of them you got to be.
But when he turns 45, he is going to have $750,000 in his bank account. $750,000. That's a lot of money.
When he turned 45, he gonna look 70. I just feel like that it wear on you.
Why?
Because it's a lot of drama. One woman is drama. One is a lot of drama. One is a lot of work.
Every woman ain't drama.
Not every. Out of 7, some of them is drama.
I'm
sorry.
know.
He does not have
just
7.
like a bully. Just like a bully got to choose the right victim. This nigga choose the right women, and they ain't drama.
What are the odds of him having 7 drama-free women that are willing to put up with him having 6 other bitches? Even if they don't know, you gotta, at some point you gotta be, what is you doing? Like, I don't get to see you. Like, I just don't think that you can legitimately do this and nobody know.
You can't be full of drama 2 hours out the week. You just can't. It's one of them situations where you put all your drama aside because you only get 2 hours, and then like the drama gonna have to come when they see him with another one of them women.
Well, shit. Again, I just would like to know what the repercussions were, because it went viral. Maybe all 7 of them wouldn't have seen it. Some of them saw this. They had to, because it was all up in that, like, numerous
the internet
people
done it
were
now. Like, it
posting
went viral.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they gotta know.
Has
so
anybody heard from
now?
him? His ass might be grass.
He might be dead, because we'll kill y'all. Like, that happens. Women will murder you. That's why I don't get why dudes do this. Women are crazy. They will murder you. They will murder you. They will take your life from you.
Women are not crazy. I think women have crazy potential that it's much more easy for a dude to draw out. But if you ain't a dude that draw that shit out.
Well, yeah, no, but I think that a lot of people do things in highly emotional situations, and women have a tendency to be highly emotional, and therefore the right provocation, you might end up dead.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the reason why you don't watch ID channel. There are so many shows on the ID channel dedicated to women that fuck the motherfucker up for fucking them over or for hurting them in some kind of way. You got Snapped on Oxygen. It's like a show called Wives with Knives. It's a show called Scorn Love. Like, and they're different stories. Each of these shows is telling different stories of women that fuck somebody
even
up.
Even so, violence against men from women is not outweighed by violence against women from men.
That's true. I'm just saying, don't take the chance. What with these 7? Out of these 7, your odds ain't good for like all 7 of them. Of all 7 of them, nobody fucking you up when they find out that they were 1 of 7. That's some hard shit to take. Like, it's one thing to find out that a dude is cheated on you. Is it another thing to find out that a dude is cheating on you 6 times a month? That's hard. That's difficult. It's a hard pill to swallow.
They are compromising what they are willing to accept in a relationship for a dude to be able to spend that much time with them. Unless that is his full-time job.
Maybe so.
He getting all his needs met.
It's just sad. Let's continue with the ain't shit niggas.
So ain't shit dude I'll talk about is Nate Parker. If y'all had seen his latest interview, he was all apathetic about the whole rape situation. I ain't got nothing to apologize for. I ain't doing anything wrong.
So for everybody that was caping for him earlier.
Well, this don't change the ability to be able to cape for him. I mean, this give you ability to agree with him.
Why?
Because on paper, he didn't do shit wrong.
Okay.
This ain't gonna change nothing for people that been caping for him.
But here's the thing. You cannot have faith in the criminal justice system in this case, and then not have faith in the criminal justice system for all of it. So you say, oh, because the courts found him not guilty, that means he's not guilty. But then get mad when you have other situations like these fucking cops that are killing people who get found not guilty, and then you be mad about it. You can't say that just because the justice system found him not guilty that he ain't guilty. Like, unless you're going to say that across the board. Unless, if you have that much faith in the criminal justice system, then that means that every decision that they make, or most of the decisions that they make, are valid decisions. Not just when it's in favor of somebody that you like. Because his apathy toward, like, even if, let's say he thought that the sex was consensual. Again, from the story and the court documents and him inviting other motherfuckers to come in and other dudes saying that she was not moving, and the fact that the producer of the movie, whoever his homeboy that worked with, he got found guilty. He was found guilty. He did get, like, it was a light sentence, but he got found guilty. All of that makes me feel like he got away with what he did. But him being apathetic about the situation and this girl taking her life, you a fuck boy. He's a fuck boy. He's a fuck boy. I don't care. Like, he's a terrible person.
So I look at the world in shades of gray. Between that girl being absolutely okay with it when it was going on, and then changing her mind later, which is an extreme, over to Nat Parker being the rapist devil, and knowing what he was doing, knowing that she was those are the extreme ends. Something in the gray area happened. You know what I'm saying? There's confusion amongst the situation, so we don't know what happened between those two. We never gonna get a clear understanding because she's not here anymore, and Nate Parker get to paint the picture that he wants to of the situation. So he always gonna have people that can cape for him because nobody can say that it actually happened. I mean, but this is what I will say. Maybe an apology isn't what he should give out, given the context of us not being able to know what it is. But he is in a very specific position. He is in a position where he can acknowledge that this thing happens. And even if he don't believe he was at wrong, that doesn't give a pass to dudes who do this intentionally. He could be an advocate for people making better decisions. He could be an advocate for letting people know that if you find yourself in a position near this, don't do it. You know, but instead he completely trying to disconnect himself from this situation, and it make him look like shit because he has been convicted by the court of public opinion. Don't give a fuck if the actual court didn't convict your ass. In public opinion, how you handle this is a difference between if you ever get another movie role that's worth a damn after all of this shit done went on. If Birth of a Nation go bad somehow, it's your fault. It don't even matter. It could just be generally a horrible movie. Every director, every other actor, everybody is gonna blame all of this shit on Nate Parker, and he could put himself in a position where he's acknowledging this in a way that will taper off that public opinion. That interview ain't done it.
No.
And it might not even it's too late now.
Yeah, I think it is. I think at this point, after that interview especially, he just needs to stop talking about it. Just don't even do no more interviews. Like, it's done. He can't fix it at this point. Not in my mind. I can't speak for everybody else and how they feel. For me, fuck that guy. And I don't even want to hear him say nothing else about it because at this point, it's pointless. She's dead. You know, you're not going to be punished for this. I just don't want to, just stop talking about it. I don't want to see you be apathetic about some fuck shit. I just don't. So at this point, I don't even want to see him having any more conversations about it.
It ain't even him. Like, to me, people want to put him on blast. You know?
Yeah.
Some people that identify and cape with him, and some people that want to see him hanging on the damn noose.
How do you know how Birth of a Nation has done?
It's a couple of people on my friends list that really like it. Even though it's a very difficult emotional watch.
And people were saying that there was an unnecessary rape scene in the movie. That was another issue that people were having. That there was no documentation that rape occurred. Like, obviously rape happened with slavery, but the choice to put in a rape with all of this going on, was another issue that people who saw it that I saw said they had. Because again, I ain't seen it and I ain't gonna see it, and that's not completely because of Nate Parker. That's because I'm just over slave movies in general, and I feel like we have other stories that can be told. I said this before, so I'm not gonna see Birth of a Nation. I wasn't gonna see it anyway. Like, he could have done nothing and I still wouldn't have saw it, because I want to see other stories be told, because we have other stories. So
I know this sound weird, but I don't really watch slave movies like that. One, because I just don't watch a lot of movies in general, but when I do watch movies, I go with my genre. I go with action, and I don't like the idea of being shamed because of that, because people will shame you if you don't protest, or they shame you if you don't watch a certain type of movie. I don't give a rat's ass, just to let you know. But if the reason that I don't like them movies is because they still sugarcoat it. If a white person gonna watch a slave movie, it need to be uncomfortable as fuck. I don't want no movie with no laughs in it. I don't want to watch no damn The Help with some giggles and shit.
You is kind. You is smart. I never watched it.
If it's light, it need to be harsh. Django was harsh. Seeing how black people walking around and seeing them have them big things on their head, like, motherfuckers need to know what the real depiction of slavery was.
Didn't see Django. Like, I just am, and it's not that I get that some people need to see it. I feel like at this point in my life, I know what the fuck happened. I don't want to watch it. I just don't. I want some more positive stories about us to be told. And I'm just I'm over it. I think we got so many of these slave movies, and white people love them. And these are the movies that get the award nomination. And I'm just over it. I don't want to see any more of it. And people can think that makes me less black if they want to. I don't really give a fuck, because I support, like, I want to go see Fences, that movie with Denzel Washington and the lady from How to Get Away with Murder. Her name escapes me at the moment, but it was a play that James Earl Jones and Courtney B. Vance were in as well. It's a play, and it looks good. I'm gonna go support that. I'm gonna go see that. But I personally have made the decision that I'm not gonna go see no more slave movies. So I will never have a critique on one.
Now, what if you go into somebody's house and a slave movie is playing on the TV? Are you gonna leave, or you gonna ask to change, or you gonna watch it?
I'm gonna ask to change. I mean, I can't. It ain't my house, so I can't make them. But I can
actively avoid it.
Yes, I just don't want to see them. I just don't want to see them, because it's like I already have to be forced to see all of. Not that I don't want to be aware, but every time one of these shootings happen, I feel like that's enough for me. Like, I don't want to see that and then have to also look at what the fuck my ancestors went through. Like, it's just a constant reminder of the bullshit. I just don't need it. I don't. I want to see the more productive, more positive things that black people have contributed, because we did more than just fucking build this country on the backs of just on our backs. Like, we did more than that, and I want to see those stories told. And when those stories are told, I will 100% support them. But the slave shit, I just, at this point, okay, I mean, it's been told and told and told and told, and I don't want to see it no more. So I do actively avoid them, because what am I supposed to take away from it? What is my takeaway from watching those movies?
What do you get from them?
I don't get nothing, but like, it's depressing. I don't get.
It ain't more depressing than For Colored Girls Only.
Oh, that shit was so terrible. Have I talked about how fucking horrible that movie? Don't go see that movie if you haven't. And if you have seen it, I'm sorry. Like, that was the most horrible movie that had no resolution. That and fucking Precious. Those two will have you wanting to just hang by the rafters. They're the worst. The worst. Like, and I'm mad at myself for going to, because I thought they were going to have like some kind of a good resolution at the end. Like, I was going to come away with something. For Color Girls, all that showed me is that men treat us like shit, and we get irreparably broken from it, and that's it. And then Precious, the girl, she called AIDS at the end of the movie. Spoiler for anybody who hasn't seen it.
Like, we'll talk about that.
And we're gonna talk about spoilers, but then the fucking movie go off. Like, she never catches a break. There's nothing positive. I walked away from that movie like, what did I just do with this last 2 hours of my life? Like, I don't walk away with anything positive from those movies. They're not entertaining, because I know people are going to say, well, what do you walk away from? Like a comedy? Entertainment. It makes me laugh. I'm happier after I watch them. Action movies, it's enjoyable to watch. I don't come away from nothing with them slave movies, because it's not that I don't know my history. It's not that I don't know what white people did. It's not that I don't know what black people endured. It's not, I mean, I know, and I've seen plenty over the years. I'm still seeing it in the news every other day with this fuck shit that's going on. I'm still seeing what my people are going through, and I'm going through it with them currently. So I don't want to fucking see it. Like, I just don't. That's my take. And I don't watch those movies anymore. I don't even remember what the last slave type movie was that I watched. Probably because I didn't watch Django. Like, I don't even remember. It's been a while. I didn't see The Butler. I didn't see The Help. Like, all of them movies. I don't want to see that shit. I have no desire to, and I actively avoid watching them.
What about like gangster movies? Black gangster movies, The Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. Like, where's the line drawn? Is slavery just too deep of a cut for it that to be what you look at?
I didn't watch what's that movie with about Easy eating them?
Compton.
I did not watch
Straight Outta Compton.
Straight Outta Compton. Yeah.
Are they on the same level to you?
I mean, Straight Outta Compton is kind of like the story of them. That's this group, so I don't know that that's the same. But like,
but it has that negative black condition shit as a theme.
I just didn't. I mean, I wasn't no big fan, so I didn't watch that movie. I don't think I've watched no gangster movies. I ain't no gangster movie type of person anyway. So the last gangster movie that I probably watched was like Shotters or like Paid in Full. Probably. Like, it ain't no new gangster movies that I've seen. Is there? Do they still even make them movies?
Yeah.
I hadn't seen none. I watch like superheroes, and I'm probably gonna see that movie with Jamie Foxx and as the bad cop and stuff like that. Like, that's what I go see if I'm gonna go see the movie. I don't really watch like gangster shit, even white gangster shit. Cause like, what was that movie with Johnny Depp as the? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I ain't watched that shit. Like, I don't have no interest in seeing that. Like, it's not my genre, not my thing. So, I did. Now, I've seen like Boys in the Hood. I've seen those movies, but like currently, right now, I don't watch stuff like that.
I got you.
Like, Luke Cage is the most gangster shit I'm watching right now. So, yeah.
At the end of the day, dudes, don't rape women.
Yeah.
Don't rape men. Don't rape anybody or anything. For you creepy motherfuckers out there. Yeah. Animals. They can't give consent. Don't have sex with sheep and goats and shit.
Yeah.
That's a thing. You gotta tell motherfuckers.
Bestiality.
There's some people out here you gotta tell that shit too.
It is, sadly. It's very sad. So, speaking of Luke Cage, his character's name is Mike Coulter. Or his real name is, his character's Luke Cage. His real name is Mike Coulter. And somebody pointed out, one of our listeners pointed out, because I did not know this, he is married to a Becky. I wasn't like mad as much as I just wasn't expecting. Like, he the blackest motherfucker on that show. I was not expecting.
On that show?
Well,
that motherfucker blacker than Akon.
Yeah, he's dark as shit.
He might be the blackest nigga alive.
So I wasn't expecting him to be married to a white woman. I wasn't like mad about it, I guess. As much as it's the same way I felt about who was that? There was somebody. Oh, the guy that played that played Martin Luther King. I wasn't expecting his wife to be white. I wasn't mad. It's just like, okay, damn.
Listen,
right?
The only way you know he got a damn goatee is the textural difference. Okay, that's all I'm saying. You just see the texture, how the light shine off of it, because that's how you see his beard. That nigga black.
But he looks good with it. Like I think he carries it well the same way I think that Lupita Nyong'o. I think she's beautiful. She dark as shit and she's beautiful. Like it's a smooth. I think when you that dark, it needs to be like a smooth dark. Like you need to be the same color dark all over. I think people kind of start looking ashy or weird when it's like different variations of dark. He just a nice smooth dark. He's just dark.
Since I'm a man, I can't say anything regarding his attraction level or anything.
Well, what about Lupita?
I can say though that he has a very efficient skin regimen because his skin is very smooth. Whatever he uses is a good product.
Did you just say he has an efficient skin regimen?
Whatever he got, that shit work. Whatever he uses.
You talk about Lupita because I feel like she's like the female equivalent.
No. Talk about him.
I hate how y'all compliment each other.
That's how we gotta do. We live in a masculine society. You know, I can say about Luke Cage that I bet he get all the bitches. If he wasn't married, he would.
He would. Know? Women think that he's attractive.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Bald head is in. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it is.
So
y'all fucking compliments are awkward as shit. Yes, he's a good looking man. Now
you can say that.
Would I be? I don't know. Like, I guess the question is, would I prefer that he was with somebody black? I don't really give. Like either way, I can't have the nigga. So black, white, whoever he with means that I can't have him. So I don't know that it would. I feel like people feel like he should be with some because of how dark he is, but what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Like,
I don't think the people that really have a problem with how him being with a white woman got anything to do with how black he is. It's just entitlement, you know?
I mean, I don't feel no kind of way about that. The same way I don't feel no kind of way about... I can't think of a black actress that's with somebody white. I don't feel Zoe Saldana. She got a white husband and she just had twins by him. I don't give a shit about that. Like at this point,
Paula Patton.
Well, she ain't with that motherfucker no more. He lost his mind.
She might go find her another white dude.
I don't know. Maybe she will. At this point, I feel, especially with the way dating and motherfuckers being posted 7 times on National Boyfriend Day, I think you gotta find love where you can find it. Like I really do. Like dating and shit, the climate of that has changed because people are accepting so much more bullshit, and so for the people who don't accept bullshit like myself, it just makes it a lot harder. So I don't really care. Find love where you can. I just don't care enough about it. I'm just mad that he ain't single. Not like I had a fucking chance in hell of ever meeting Mike Coulter and marrying this motherfucker. But I could dream, right? It's the same way like Maxwell. Maxwell's not married. I know he's dating whatever her name is from BET right now, but he's not married. So in my mind, Maxwell is still a possibility at some point, someday, maybe. Mike Coulter, I don't have that because he's married. So he's not.
They've been together for 16 years too.
Who? Him and his wife? Or he definitely ain't. That shit ain't. I'm not finna be the one that's gonna come in and break up 16 years and shit. So
he said she was with him when he was struggling and poor and broke.
Oh, that's nice.
And ashy, but she probably didn't understand ashiness.
They don't understand ashiness, but a lot of them. I won't say all. A lot of them don't understand ashiness and the fact that they can get ashy too.
Did you see about that? Did you see that woman that discovered the butters? Like I didn't know about the butters, cocoa butter, like
shea butter. Yeah, the butters, the butters. But yeah, I mean, I was disappointed that he was married, and I was surprised that she was white. I wasn't mad that she was white. It was just kind of like, okay, wasn't expecting that. I just thought his wife would be black.
When I saw that picture, I knew they was coming. I knew they were coming with pitchforks. How dare your ass play Luke Cage?
Well, the people felt the same way about the dude that played Martin Luther King, his wife being white, and then he African and his wife is white, and they were pissed. I mean, whatever. I'm
inclined to believe that of all the Africans that have American wives, most of them is white.
You think so?
I think that Africans either have an African wife.
Oh yeah.
But if we talking about just American, I think they have white. I think they.
But I want to.
I don't think they like.
I don't think
Black
it's that.
Americans
I don't
like
think
that.
that they don't. Is that they don't like Black American women? I've heard Black women talk negatively about African men and like make fun of them. So I had somebody that I worked with that did that like just made fun, just made fun of different things about his culture. So I think that may have more to do with like Black women not being, which is insane that you wouldn't be accepting of an African man's culture, but whatever. I think that has a lot to do with that part of it, that Black women may not be as accepting of African men, maybe, as like maybe white women or others would be. I don't know. I've never dated an African, but it's not because I'm opposed to dating an African. It's just that I've never had the opportunity to date an African, but I don't really give a shit. At this point, like I said, as hard as it is out here, you have to get it where you can find it.
Man, y'all need to worry about y'all own life. Let that man be happy in the ways he want to be damn happy. And you know what? You cannot like his white wife if you don't want to, but he's still rich as fuck.
Hell
and he's still
yeah.
gonna be Luke Cage in the second season, Luke Cage. And he's still gonna be Luke Cage in the Defenders. And if any of these Marvel characters go on the Marvel movies, he's still gonna be damn Luke Cage.
Yeah.
He don't give a damn. Worry about your life. Damn, there's more shit to worry about. Like,
it really is.
If she had on a goddamn Klan's outfit or something, then it'll be a different situation. But she's just white. That's all.
You don't know nothing
anybody
about
know about her right
exactly.
now.
You don't
just
know
her
nothing
skin
about
color right now is enough to make motherfuckers irate.
I'm not one of them people. Because at this point, I think people look at it like they taking all the good Black men. I don't give a shit who I end up with. I just need somebody that treats me nice. So I may not end up with somebody Black. So I don't give a fuck. Like, doesn't matter to me. I don't know. I don't know why people get so upset about that. I think, again, it's hard out here. If he been able to find somebody that done rode with him for 16 years and they ain't drove each other crazy, good for him. Good for Mike. Good for Luke. I don't care. It's whatever. He's still nice to look at. She can't stop me from looking at him when I watch Luke Cage. So it's whatever. I don't care.
I wonder how the women in these situations deal with that shit.
The white women?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure the immediate people in their circle don't give a fuck. And long as them checks keep coming in from Luke Cage, I'm pretty sure she probably don't give a fuck about what the internet is saying. Because it's going to pass. The same way that once Luke Cage dies down, it's going to pass the same way that Martin Luther King, the guy that played him, that died down after the fact. Like, it's just that initial reaction of he married to some white bitch that occurs, and it'll die down, and they're going to go back to living their life just like they were living it before that people even knew of her existence. So
I wonder if they got kids.
16 years in, probably so. Got some little mulattoes running around.
Maybe. Why you gotta be racist?
What? Why am I racist?
Mulatto.
That's racist?
Yeah, that's an offensive term. That's what Italians call black half-breed people.
Is it?
Yeah. Talking like Tommy Lauren.
With some little caramel children, is that better?
I don't know.
Some little
Biracial is
macchiato.
politically correct. Macchiato.
They're the color of macchiatos.
You right.
I mean,
They also the color shortbread cookies.
yeah, shortbread though. I don't know that I will go around calling people shortbread. What, I love shortbread? That sounds like something a dude would call a girl he's trying to holler at. What up, shortbread?
But
Well, how you doing?
you wouldn't call a person with two black parents just black, just because they black either. Why would you call anybody anything that reference just their color?
But we get called black. That's what we are. We are black. White
but I'm
people
saying
are
not
white.
as a greeting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
They
true.
don't be like, hey, what's up, black motherfucker? You have to call all my family black
I
motherfuckers.
guarantee you, Luke Cage, Mike Colton got that at some point in his life, though. As dark as he is, somebody has done
But
that.
that's only that's not because he's black. That's because he's the blackest motherfucker alive. There's a difference. There's a difference in them two things. He's the blackest person alive.
I don't know, but I don't give a shit. It don't bother me. I'm not bothered by it. But I think a lot of women were upset about it. Either way, you can't have him. Again, if his wife was black, you still couldn't have him.
I'm still struggling with whether I would date a white woman or not. I think I would, but I have some very deeply rooted qualms with it in the context of where I grew up at. Like, it was a clear separation of black and white where I grew up, and it's like white women just, they weren't accessible to black dudes. So at a certain point, you just don't even start looking at white women for their attraction, or you don't even notice them. You don't even pay attention. Like, and so they not on my radar like that, because I grew up in a place where bad shit can happen to you if you started becoming attracted to white women as a black man.
I don't know if I would be married to a white man. I date them because I'm open to it. I don't know if, like, realistically it can happen for a couple of reasons. Dating white men, in my experience, is difficult for a couple of reasons. Like, one, a lot of them do it because it's just like, I wonder how it is to be with a black girl. Like, it's an experiment. You have to watch out for those kind, and pay attention to, like, kind of how they act around you to see if it's like a fetish type thing. I will say that I got way more attention from white men after I went natural and was walking around with an afro. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know why they're so intrigued by it, but I get complimented, and I get, like, I've gotten asked out way more by white men since my hair was natural. Maybe some of our white listeners can explain. I don't get it. I don't know why, but I get a lot more attention now than I did prior to. Don't know why, but I just don't know. Like, I would have to change too many things. Like, I'm not comfortable saying nigga around white people. I talked about that last week, and I would never be able to say it again, like, in my home, because he's there all the time. It'd just be weird.
I would. We'll just have to have a swear jar like a motherfucker. Swear jar, please. Listen, we can pay rent off of the swear jar this month. Okay.
It would just be difficult to make that transition. It would be difficult blending my family with his family, because my dad's a racist. And so he went like that shit off top. My mom is like, she is accepting of whoever we bring home, but it's very difficult for her not to be weird about it. Like, my brother's ex-wife is Japanese, like Japanese. Like, he met her in Japan, and she had to learn English while she was with him. They're not together anymore, and my nieces live in Japan with her now. But I can remember when my mom first met her, she was like yelling at her, like, in her face, like, hey, how are you? And it's like, Mom, she don't speak English, so it ain't that she deaf. Like, you can say it in any volume. She not gonna understand it because she doesn't know the words. So, like, you making us look crazy because you in her face yelling. Like, she just is weird. She don't know. In awkward situations, my mom makes the shit more awkward. So it wouldn't be impossible. It would just be more difficult, like, blending the families and doing shit together. And I just don't know if I even want to deal with it, honestly. So I'm still I'm open to it, but I don't know if realistically I would be able to do it. I just don't. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, like, in high school, I don't think I ever went out with anybody white. Nobody white was, like, checking for me. That's the thing. Like, literally, it was like this explosion of white men once I started wearing an afro.
I mean, I had some white women in my life that's been awesome. You know what I'm saying? On that level, to a degree. Mm-hmm. Didn't work out for various reasons, but I really had some internal conflict.
It's weird. It's not, to me, it's not as easy as it is with, like, somebody black, somebody of my own culture. Like, that's just simple. That's not, it's like the regular dating stuff. I feel like when you date interracially, there's, like, added components there on top of the regular dating stuff that you kind of have to, like, navigate through. And I just don't know if I really want to deal with that. Like, the last guy that I went out with was white. It's been a while. I hadn't been on dating forever, but it's just different. It's a different situation. There's a different feel to it. The getting to know you part is different because, like, I feel like there's shit that's unspoken between black people that you don't even have to talk about. You just understand, you know? And, like, it's not the same thing when you're talking to somebody white. I don't know, but Again, I don't give a shit. Find love where you can. It's hard enough.
But not with animals. They cannot consent.
It's so sad that we have to even say that.
Animals can't
Find love
consent.
where you can within the
and
human
not
race.
with children.
Oh, God. Let's get up, move on. This is the
I just feel like I gotta give some fucking caveats to the shit we say.
People are
just to do it.
Terrible.
Assholes.
Yes, pretty much.
Donald Trump. You heard
We're
Donald
just
Trump
sticking with
about-
fuck. Like Luke Cage has been the only okay person because now we on another fuck ass motherfucker. But yes, I did hear about his. Yeah,
his crotch grabbing comments.
I want Donald Trump to even look like. I would. Go ahead.
I mean, he's just using his power, his influence, his fame.
I would kick him in the balls so hard. Like, they would have to, like, surgically find them.
They wouldn't have to.
Like, I would
They wouldn't have to because you would likely kill him. He like 71. Like, I know 71 supposed to be the new 50 or some shit for rich motherfuckers, but
I would.
Donald Trump is old.
Like all of this size 9 shoe. Like I would just all of the force I could put in my foot, I would just kick him in the balls so hard. So hard.
Donald Trump had.
I thought that shit was a joke when I saw it. I didn't even think it was a real story because really, I guess at this point in this election, I should know that it's just, if you read it, it's probably true. But I still have hope that some of this shit ain't true. And then it always is.
Listen, I don't know why nobody's surprised. Donald Trump, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if I found out Donald Trump used to bury black folks up on his porch when he was 14 years old. It wouldn't surprise me. It's a lot of things that, like, I just feel like it's not much has come out, relatively speaking, that I thought it was. I just assumed it'd be much worse stuff to come out.
Are you from Lynette? Mm-hmm. You went real Lynette poach.
Poach. What did I say?
Poach.
What did I say?
Poach.
What did I say that?
You just you would be surprised if he had black folks buried under his poach.
Oh yeah.
When he was
Under
14.
the poach.
Poach.
Under the house, like Gacy. Ain't that what he did?
Was it Gacy? One of them.
One of them serial killers buried folks under the house, and
or
then
maybe
people
was
started
wearing them.
smelling in the
No,
neighborhood.
Gacy was the one. Wasn't he the one that wore the skin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it was surprising. Donald Trump is a celebrity that has never sought political office before now.
Yeah.
And he is fucking 71.
Yeah.
I expect there to be so much more shit, like sex tapes, 100 different women with sexual harassment shit. Like, I expect it to be so much more shit.
Yeah.
Like, this is not much.
It's
This is
still
one of
bad.
those things that I thought it was gonna be a whole bunch of it of.
So what he said was that you can do anything. You can grab women in the vagina. He didn't say vagina. I don't like the other word, and I don't say it. I just say vagina.
You never said it?
I never
Oh,
say
you
it.
practice it and then realize you didn't like it.
No, I think anytime I say it, it feels icky. I don't like it. So I just say vagina.
You got a lot of icky words.
I do.
Yeah, I'm finding out.
I do. So vagina, I just go with vagina.
What was I saying?
Or like, fucking AC Blow got me without. He used all Hot Pocket, Meat Wallet, all of these horrible names. I just stick with vagina. Just vagina.
Okay.
But he didn't say vagina. He said the colloquial word.
Mm-hmm.
So.
He said you could do what you want to do to women's. So this really put him at even more odds with the Republican Party, if you can imagine. But I'm finding it difficult to see those things that gonna make them just say okay no to Donald Trump, because it means that he lose support, and it means that Hillary Clinton is likely to win. Mm-hmm. Like that's how bad.
And his supporters are gonna support. I really don't think that there is anything that would make a Donald Trump supporter not support him. Like, he could do anything, because you have to be the dumbest motherfucker on the planet to even be still supporting this motherfucker. So ain't nothing that people gonna be able to say that's gonna make people not support him. His supporters are like die hard. He could run somebody over tomorrow. They would make excuses for it, and they would still put they vote behind him. I mean, it don't matter. Whoever's supporting him at this point gonna support him. Like, they're not gonna change their mind, because there's been so many reasons prior to this for you to not support him. So if you still a supporter, you just gonna be a supporter at this point. It don't matter what the fuck he do.
He apologized. Did you see the apology?
No, because I told you I don't like for people to, don't lie to me. White people, don't fucking apologize for shit that you ain't sorry for. I hate that. No, I don't.
He could have changed over the last 11 years.
Given everything else that he's been saying this election, you think he's changed his stance on this thing? As misogynistic as this motherfucker still is.
It's a difference between possible and probable. Anything is possible. The probability of that shit happening, though.
He ain't sorry. He's sorry that he having to deal with this shit. I wish people would say what they really mean. Like, you're not sorry that you said it. You're sorry that people have a problem that you said it. Like, you're not upset about it. He
basically said, you know, that video is old, and I've been traveling the country, and all of these places I've traveled to have changed me. I've met widowed mothers, and I've met all these different type of people, and I'm different. And then he started going in on Bill Clinton, how he assaulted women, and on Hillary, of how she bullied those women.
You just came out of a debate where you were disrespectful as fuck to Hillary Clinton. Like, you don't respect, like, get the fuck out of here.
The misogyny runs deep.
Yes. The fuck out of here.
And Donald Trump, he believed that shit. He believed that shit. But
did you see the thing on Jimmy Fallon with him and Jimmy Fallon pretending like be Donald Trump, and him talking to Medea?
I started watching it. I can't handle that much Medea. Yeah. It was 3.5 minutes, so I can only do 30 seconds. I can't do Medea like that.
You know she has a Halloween movie coming out?
Yeah, I saw that shit. I can't do Medea. Medea's too much.
Yeah.
For me.
I was okay the first plays, and then it just kept going, and it's still going. Like, there's still movies and shit. So I was over it a long time ago. I do have some of the plays, because I like the plays for what they were in the beginning, before he became like Tyler Perry and has these shows and movies and shit. And I just kind of like, okay, girl, I just whatever. So I won't be seeing that, but that was it was kind of funny. I like Jimmy Fallon's version of Donald Trump. It's funny.
I like Alec Baldwin's version.
Baldwin did an amazing job.
He did.
He is what Tina Fey did for what's her face?
Sarah Palin.
Tina Fey was Sarah Palin. It was amazing. She looked like her. She sounded like it was amazing. And I think Alec Baldwin did the same thing with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Like, he became Donald Trump. It's amazing. Everybody does that lip pooching thing he does. Like, he always looks like he smells something bad. How you walk around with the stink
He try to make his mouth look like a booty hole. He just pucker it up.
We never listen. Every show, something about asses, and here we are again.
I mean, what that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Every show, I think we're gonna get through it without.
Well, Freud would say that I didn't master my anal stage of development earlier, so I became fixated on ass. And so now I say ass stuff every podcast.
And we're gonna talk about asses later on in the show. We're gonna talk more about asses. On a serious note, Kid Cudi has checked himself into rehab, and he made a post on Facebook talking about his mental health and how he has suffered with depression, and he has been unhappy for a long time, and he realized at the point that he was contemplating taking his life that he had to do something, and he kept apologizing to his fans for him like being messed up. But I'm happy that a rapper like came out and talked about his mental health and because it's still such a stigma in the black community, and people still don't understand or don't respect how serious mental health can be. So it was very brave of him to even do that, because he could have just disappeared like a lot of celebrities do, and you know what I'm saying, like he didn't have to even say shit about it. The fact that he did, I thought, was very brave, and I think that it's gonna help a lot of people, a lot of his fans who may be dealing with the same shit but didn't want to deal with it. Depression is a serious fucking thing. Like, it is like an all-consuming cloud. It's very difficult for people to get through that. And if you know somebody who is going through that, encourage them to get help. Like, we have a tendency to like overlook shit.
How do you explain depression to clients? Like giving them like a visual. Do you ever do that?
It's
to kids.
I don't anybody, I guess. I always say, because I tell people that depression is not just sadness, because they all say, I'm not sad, I'm tired, I don't want to do anything, I don't have like, that's depression. It's not that little sad face that's on like the Zoloft commercials that's just hopping around, scooting because he's sad. Like, it's so much more, and it affects so many other areas of their life. And I just explain to them that like what you're explaining to me is depression. Like, but I don't feel sad, but you're not living life. Like, you're tired, you don't want to live life, you don't have the drive to live. Like, that's what depression is. It takes away the ability to do that, to live. It's not living life.
Yeah, it's not sadness.
Everybody always thinks that it's just, I'm not sad. But that's not what depression is.
It's,
you can be
it
depressed
comes with
and
a
not
side
be
of
sad.
sadness.
Yeah, sadness can be a part of it, but it's not the complete picture. It's not even a large part of it. I think that the tiredness and the lack of motivation is more hard than the sad part is, because the lack of motivation and the tiredness makes it hard for you to go to work. It makes it hard for you to maintain the relationships that you have. It makes it hard for you to keep that foundation that you need. So depression is a difficult, hard thing.
What I tell my clients is like, so I try to separate, because what I focus on with depression are the thoughts, and CBT, cognitive behavior therapy. So I try to give them a visual of what I think depression looks like, and to me, depression is like like if you're standing in a room, depression is like this big monster in the corner of the room saying, you don't want to be around your friends today. You don't want to do them activities you should do, because I don't want them to believe that it's them, because when you look in the mirror, it look like you saying that stuff. When you walk around, it feel like you feeling that stuff, but it's really depression has put it, that beast, that monster has put an impression upon you that is convincing you of all of these things actively, and you got to fight convincing that person. And I think what people tend to do is draw away from that depression, and they turn around, and the monster's in this corner, and they turn around and they have their back to the monster while it's still giving them all them messages. And I think the way that you have to challenge depression is you got to face it day by day, to where you stand up from that corner, and then you face it, and then you walk towards it, and then you walk towards it until you can tell yourself that you're not gonna take over. Yeah. And that comes with the step that Kid Cudi take, acknowledging that thing exists and not letting it spiral you down so deeply into that emotional abyss where you can't come back from, because now it just makes sense for you to be gone. And I just have to say, for people who think that depression is like cowardly and things of that nature,
or you could just feel better, just be happy. What?
At the point that somebody is ready to take their lives for depression, they have usually calculated and inventoried that it's better for everybody else if they weren't here. So they're actually doing a service in their minds. They're doing a service to everybody they know that exists. They feel like their absence will help people in the world. It's a very distorted way of thinking, but that's the point at which this beast has convinced you that you'll be better off gone.
And for the people who have somebody in their life, like it may not be you that are depressed, people always ask like, well, what can I do? Acknowledge that it's the depression and not the person. I think that's very important. I think we have a tendency, because when you say, well, just shake it off, or you say, well, just think happy thoughts, what you're doing is you're blaming the part. Like, if you would just do things differently, this would change. This is you. This is a decision that you're making. So just make a different decision. That's what you're putting off. So I think a large part of like helping somebody from the sidelines is acknowledging that, hey, this isn't you. You know, this isn't who you are. Something else is going on here. You know, encouraging them to get intervention and not just. I can't stand when I hear people like. There's a place for prayer. I don't want to like get into like a whole religious debate, but telling somebody to pray it away is not helpful. And then what happens is the person thinks, well, I have been praying and it's not working, so I must be doing something wrong. It's just going to be, they're going to reflect it upon themselves. It's not going to be helpful, because if I have been praying and you're telling me that I need to pray and that'll fix it, but I'm praying and it's not fixing it, then where's this disconnect? It must be something that I'm doing wrong, or God doesn't care about me. He's giving up. Like, that is not the direction that you want to go with somebody that's suffering from depression. And I hear people say, like, I've had clients come to me who stopped taking their depression medication that was working because the church told them, we gonna help you pray and we gonna help, you know, God's gonna fix this and you don't need to be putting that in your body. And so they stopped taking it. And guess what the fuck happens? The depression comes back because the medication was actually helping them, and they stopped taking it because they're told to stop. Like, you're doing a disservice to them in doing that. Because somebody who like has a need to take depression medication and they don't take it, there is a difference. And them not taking it is, I mean, sometimes that can be the difference between life and death. Literally. So.
Depression is real, people.
It
Serious.
Is. If you know, and if you have somebody that, you know, you were hanging out with and now you can barely get them on the phone, they don't want to do anything, like, take notice of the people around you, because a lot of times I've seen like people try to take their life and the people in their life like, I had no idea, like I didn't even know that they were going through that. If somebody has a change in behavior where it's like you see them isolating themselves and they don't want to be around anybody, that's another sign that something's not right.
And I had somebody ask me a question that was, can you commit suicide without being depressed? And there are a few isolated incidences where you're not diagnosed as depressed in which suicide, but I think depression is most of the time a symptom like of suicide, whether it be depression through psychosis or depression through adjustment disorder, or because most of the time the thing is, a lot of people that are depressed aren't diagnosed with depression. So just because if they kill themselves, it don't mean they weren't depressed. It might mean that nobody knew about what they were experiencing and what they were going through.
Because situations can trigger depression. I mean, if something happens that triggers it, and then it's just a downward spiral from there. So yeah, and they may not seek out help and get a diagnosis between whatever the trigger was and the suicide, but that doesn't mean that they weren't depressed.
Yeah.
So
I think that's what we see most of the time.
Yeah. But it's a real thing. If any of you listening are suffering and feeling bad, seek help. And if you know anybody in your life that is suffering and feeling bad, encourage them to seek help. And just pay attention and don't be so quick to dismiss people's feelings, because again, a lot of times it's like you need to just get out of the house, or you need to just like think happier thoughts, or stop being so negative. I mean, don't you think people would do that if they could? Like, who wants to be sad, or who wants to not want to do shit and feel bad about themselves? Like, nobody wants to do that. Nobody actively is like, I'm gonna try to feel as shitty as I can today. Like, it's not usually how that happens. So you saying like just do better is not helpful. And
at the point that you learning about it, it's probably been going on so long that it's spilling over now into other parts of life, including friendships, including work, including activities that they used to enjoy. A bunch of different things.
So that's, but good luck to Kid Cudi. Hopefully he will get the help that he needs and continuing to make the music that he loves.
I hope so. Now, I gotta talk about these stupid ass clowns. These clowns supposed to be abducting kids. I have not heard one single story of a kid being abducted. Nope. But on my caseload a couple of weeks ago, every kid was asking me about these damn clowns.
I think because the parents saw it in the news, and then the parents were relaying it to the kids out of a safety concern, and then the kids got scared, and it just became like a domino effect, I think. I don't know. Who the fuck is dressing up like clowns?
Somebody, people outside.
You know what? When I saw this, it just reminded one night that I never watched The Purge, but I feel like I saw on the previews wasn't they dressed like clown like on The Purge?
I don't remember.
With masks and stuff. I didn't watch it because it just didn't seem like a kind of movie I would want to see. So I've never watched The Purge, but
I ain't encouraging abduction shenanigans, but it would just make so much more sense if you wanted to abduct a child. Why would you choose a creature that fucking 75% of the damn world scared of anyway? Why wouldn't you choose Elmo? Dress up like Elmo and go to the edge of the woods and be like, hey, come to me. Like,
don't give them ideas. Now we gonna have Elmos out here on the edge of the woods.
Well, an Elmo costume is expensive, so they gonna have to pay to get a kid. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I mean,
clowns never. Yeah, and these
just
are like
don't make
scary
sense.
looking clowns. They're not even like the circus clowns. These are like creepy ass American Horror Story type clowns.
They ain't Ronald McDonald's in this bitch.
They're
You
not
know what I'm
happy
saying?
clowns. They look like what kid is gonna walk over to you? Like they're gonna be running in the opposite fucking direction because you look scary as shit.
If I was a 6-year-old and saw one of them clowns, I'd be like, Mama, look. Look at that motherfucker. I wouldn't be like, let me go. I mean, at the least you could just be your regular self and have fucking candy. You know what I'm saying? Like a traditional goddamn abductionist, whatever they call.
I will say this just for people because I celebrate Halloween and I'm gonna be Harley Quinn this year, not Suicide Squad Harley Quinn because I know all you bitches is gonna be that. I'm going to be like old school cartoon Batman, red and white with the what is it? The what is the person that makes the king laugh?
The Jester
costume Harley Quinn, not that Suicide Squad, because everybody gonna be the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. But that being said, just be careful. I don't know that you want to dress up like a clown this year for Halloween, because somebody might shoot you.
Yeah, I just like a clown.
Just don't. I don't know that this the year for clowns. So you might want to just, if you were planning on being a clown for Halloween, like maybe do something else, because I don't want nobody to get shot and killed because they thought you were one of these pedophile clowns. So just maybe not be clowns this year for Halloween. I'm just saying.
I could be Luke Cage if I didn't want to cut off my beard.
Oh yeah,
I ain't cutting off my beard. Be no damn Luke Cage. I'm just gonna be Mr. On Point with beard.
I'm gonna be Harley Quinn. One, my hair is already red, so I just have to spray paint. Not spray with hair paint. The other side black, not spray paint. And then I already found the costume that I'm going to wear. So yeah. I always go on this Halloween cruise every year. And last year I was Storm. People were asking to take pictures with me, so that was kind of cool. I don't think that'll happen this year, but I was a good Storm. So
I don't like Halloween. I remember my first early Halloween experience. I went to a crack house. Yeah.
Why were you?
Because a family member, painted us all up, got us all good, and then gave us the illusion that we were going trick-or-treating, but we just went to the crack house to get some drugs and then came back. We didn't even get no candy.
Why'd y'all need to dress up for that?
I don't know. To sell the illusion to us. Like, you can't be dressed up regular and they be like, hey, we finna go trick-or-treating and we just regular.
We were not allowed. My mom is very much like super religious and she believes that it's like the devil's night, but she would buy us candy. So that's like the end game is to get candy. She would buy us candy and she would make us candy apples. Like she made them. I don't even like candy apples now. I like the caramel apple. Candy apples are so hard, my teeth. But caramel apples are softer. But yeah, so my mom we would just do Halloween at the house. Like she turned the light off. She wouldn't give no kids. She wouldn't even give candy out to the kids. She bought us candy. She turned the outside light off so then nobody come knock on our door, and that was it. We were not allowed. So I didn't start celebrating Halloween till I was an adult, and until I met my friend in grad school, because we started going to this Halloween cruise. It became like a tradition with him. But outside of that, I didn't really celebrate Halloween because I was used to not celebrating it because we weren't allowed to. So, but we still did get candy, and we would go the day after Halloween when all the candy was on sale and crack up, like clean up.
That's what my mama used to do. She worked at Walmart, so
that's what we would do. We weren't allowed, like, and I probably will not take my kids trick or treating just because people are crazy. It depends on where I'm living, I guess. People are crazy. I don't even know. It's not safe like it used to be to do that. People were doing stuff to the candy at one point, so I don't know. I probably won't.
Are there any other good clowns other than Ronald McDonald?
Bozo the clown.
What was Bozo from? Wasn't it a TV show game with Bozo the Clown?
Maybe. He's a famous clown. Like, I know that name. I don't know where... I never knew where Bozo was from, but Bozo is like a... Bozo the Clown.
It was a game on TV show. It was an old TV show. It was a game show, I think.
I don't know of any other... like, all the other clowns are like murderers and killers. Like...
Clowns are horror. I don't know why you use clowns. It just don't make sense.
Because, like, American Horror Story, the circus... season had a clown. I cannot remember that clown's name. He was a murderous clown. And that year when we went on that cruise, somebody was dressed as him. When nobody go near that motherfucker all night long. He looked just like that clown. Twisty the clown. Nobody, like, he had that part of the boat to himself because when nobody fucking with him. Nobody likes clowns. They're,
at all. It don't have to be a creepy clown.
No, like,
people have bad experiences with clowns. I wonder what life path take you to want to be even a good clown.
I don't know. Bobby Hill wanted to be a clown on the
Just
King
for a
of the
few
Hill.
minutes.
He did.
That didn't work out.
It didn't. But he used to want to be a clown because he thought he would make people laugh.
You can make people laugh without being a clown. Clowns
Comedians
ain't funny.
do that all the time. Yeah, well, I guess for kids they maybe used to be. Because they're at the circus and they do silly stuff and they're in the car and they're goofy, supposed to be, I guess. For kids, maybe kids find them funny. I don't know.
Maybe.
I've never been to the circus, so.
Me either. All I can think of is elephants and peanuts, and I don't care about neither one of them things.
I know the clowns get it. Like, it'd be like 80 clowns in that little car. I know that's a thing that they do, but I've never seen it. I ain't a clown person, so. Don't dress up as no clown for Halloween for your safety. I'm just saying.
Don't do it.
The way people feel about clowns right now, you probably get shot on sight. So just maybe be something else.
Unless you want to know how it feels to be a black man in America. Then dress up like a clown. You'll get a first row seats.
Yeah. Solange's album is out. Seat at the Table. And it's amazing. I love it, and I think it's amazing that she made an album about the black experience and did it in such a I just like it. I like that her style is so completely different from Beyonce, so that she can be. You can't compare the two. Like, even if people want to compare Solange and Beyonce, you can't, because the type of music that they do is so vastly different. FUBU is my favorite song, followed closely by Mad. So,
my favorite song, Cranes in the Sky, then FUBU.
I like Cranes in the Sky too.
Then Mad, then Don't Touch My Hair. I told you last week I was into that album, and I think she wrote Lemonade. I doubled down on that shit. I think Solange wrote Lemonade. I'm for real.
She might have. I don't know.
Lemonade was just so far away from what Beyonce has done, but so close to what Solange do, that I just can't believe that Beyonce wrote that shit.
Solange might have. Mm-hmm. She has like a interlude featuring her mom talking. She has one featuring her dad talking, which I was kind of surprised.
And Master P is in the rest of them.
Master P is in the rest of them, which I was surprised by too, because like that's a random ass choice, but it right.
It is. It's an outdated choice and seemingly disconnected. I don't know what Master P got to do with it.
No idea.
Maybe it's because they both live in New Orleans.
Maybe so, but
maybe they got some kind of record label ties
there
or
wasn't no
something.
other. I mean, she got Lil Wayne on there. I guess who ain't nobody else. New Orleans. She
Dream.
could have got. She got the Dream.
Somebody else was in that song with the Dream. I can't remember their name.
Yeah, I don't know who. I can't remember the name of that person. But it's a good album. If you haven't listened to it, you should. I couldn't speak on it last week because I hadn't listened to it. I have now, and I love it. I need to like play "Don't Touch My Hair" as I'm walking around. On the days when my hair is froed out, I need to just have that playing everywhere I go. Don't ask me about it, and don't touch me. Thanks.
So Jimmy Johns made some comments
And
on
we're back
Twitter
to ass.
about eating ass. This dude tweeted out, "This Jimmy John subs are awful. It almost tastes better than that time I ate my girlfriend's ass." Something like that. And they tweeted back, "You've eaten ass?" An official Jimmy John's account tweeted that shit. Same for Ben and Jerry's. They didn't tweet anything. They tweeted support for Black Lives Matter.
And then y'all motherfuckers, because y'all are hilarious, made a hashtag with the new Ben and Jerry's flavors, and they're hilarious.
People started coming out with them new Ben and Jerry flavors, and they all were related to like social justice.
Black Twitters, y'all be on it.
Like one was rum and raising awareness. One is NAAC peaches and cream. Like they was hilarious.
There was some that had Trump in them. There was a lot of them. Like there's a ton of them in there, all hilarious, and y'all are so creative.
Yep.
I think that
just when it comes to those Twitter accounts, I understand why businesses separate themselves from that, but I really like when they humanize themselves and connect with people in ways sometimes inappropriate, most of the times appropriate. But I like that, man. It really make me feel like I should support that company.
Even though you hate Jimmy John's.
I hate Jimmy John's. You know why I hate Jimmy John's? Because when you get a bigger sub at Jimmy John's, the bread never changes size. The bread stays the same. At Subway, it gets longer. At Jersey Mike's, it gets longer. At Jimmy John's, the meat they just put more meat in the same bread. And so you know what happened? When you get some mayo on it and you bite it, all the meat slide out.
I think you're just mad because you got mayo on your shirt and in your beard.
No, I wasn't. I'm fine with that. That's perfectly fine for deliciousness. I don't give a damn what's on my clothes and my damn beard for deliciousness. But what I don't appreciate is having to decide what I'm going to do from here on out. Like, do I go get a fork and cut the meat and then bite the bread and then go like that? Do I just put it all on it? Or do I try to stuff it back in the sandwich for the same result after I bite it again? Or I shouldn't have to hold the sandwich on the front part of it to keep the meat from sliding out, because now I got meat juice on my hands. And the meat juice is delicious. It's supposed to be soaking into the bread, complementing the meat. But it don't do none of that. So I don't like Jimmy John's because of that. I like their Twitter presence. If you hear me, Jimmy John's, get your bread game together. Just get bigger breads. Spread the meat across a whole sandwich. Don't just put a big fat piece of meat in the middle of the motherfucker. It'll change the sandwich game for y'all.
I think that you had a mini meat rant, but I think you also have a rant about spoilers.
I do, motherfuckers. Listen, okay. Everybody don't have all the free time in the world to watch all of their favorite shows at the same time you watch all your favorite shows, okay? Now, Netflix has been dropping shows where somebody can sit down on the first day and watch all of them hoes. Bitch, don't nobody care that shit happened. You know what I'm saying? I care about what happens, but I don't want to hear it from your ass. I want to hear that shit from the show, okay? I want to see that shit for myself. So this is about spoiler alerts. You need to put spoiler alerts up anytime you get ready to say some secret, sensitive shit that happened on a show that other people might not have seen. What you need to put at the top of your status is spoiler alert. Don't read this shit if you haven't seen this show. And enter. Below that, then start talking about the shit. You know what I'm saying? If you watching some show that I love and you just pop up on my Facebook feed, oh, this motherfucker that's important in the show done died. Bruh, I will go to all of your likes, find out what TV shows and what movies you like, and I will go to New York and I will watch a week early screening of that bitch and go into your inbox and tell you every fucking thing that done happened in that shit. I will ruin your movie. Like, I'd do that shit forever if I could. I don't like spoilers. I don't like and you know what? People be like, well, it's been out for a week. You should have seen it by now. Bitch, everybody ain't got as much free time as your ass. Some people work harder than you. Some people have stronger family obligations than you. And some people are just significantly more considerate than you. Everybody can't watch everything you do. I'm inclined to believe there ain't no time limit on spoiler alerts. Just people be like, well, that came out a year ago. Bitch, that don't change my experience. I don't give a fuck how old something is. If you ruin it for me, I'm gonna ruin all the new shit for you. All that I can. I will watch movies I hate just to go to your inbox and tell you, hey, this person dies.
There needs to be a time limit though, because if I really want to discuss this thing, like, and you gonna take 4 years to see this shit, I can't never talk to you about it.
Listen, there are plenty of creative ways to tell me that serious shit that happened in this show. There are spoiler-free reviews of shit. Like, you don't have to tell me who died.
But you want to talk about who died though. Like, those are important pieces.
But do you really want to talk about it with somebody who don't know what the fuck is going on?
But that's why I'm saying, like, I agree with you. Like Luke Cage, there were people who watched all, what is it, like 14 episodes?
Yeah, something like that.
Watched all 14 of them episodes like Saturday when that shit dropped. Listen, like that's unreasonable. 2 years later, though, like, you should have seen this. Like you should have seen this by now. That's plenty of fucking time. What have you been doing? Now I still can't talk to you about this.
What? I mean, then you need to let me know that I need to watch it. Or you need to say, hey, have you seen such and such? I'm going to say no. And then you're going to say, then you ain't going to get what the fuck I'm trying to talk about no way, so I shouldn't tell you shit about this thing. Because you still ain't seen it. And it ain't gonna help me none. Like, what's the point of saying, hey, have you seen this movie? And I'd be like, no. And you'd be like, well, this motherfucker died. I'm gonna be like, okay, what's the context? Were they important in the movie?
But you know, I give you backstory. I will lead you up into the death. So, but I don't want to do like
I'm just saying,
I feel like there's a time limit.
The death better be relatable to something going on in my real life for it to make sense for you to be telling me about this shit in a show, even if you give me the context. If you just wanted to tell me about something that happened in a movie because you thought the movie was good, I ain't the one. That's all I'm saying. I ain't the one. I ain't no Neo in that shit. Blue pill.
Oh my God.
Motherfucker.
I don't get as upset. Like, I don't know. If I'm going to watch something, I'm going to watch it. And Luke Cage has been spoiled for me because I haven't gotten to the point yet where I know some stuff. I'm still going to watch it. I'm not going to be surprised when it happens. That they took away that element of surprise and like trying to foreshadow it myself and figure out what was going to happen. I can't do that now because I know. But I think I don't commit to shows enough. Like, there's nothing that I watch regularly enough to get that upset about. Like, the only shows that I watch now when they come as they're coming out is Criminal Minds and American Horror Story. Everything else is just
you know what?
I don't stick to show. You know, I watch King of the Hill week after week, day after day,
every single day.
And I'm fine with that. So I don't get invested in shows.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something else I hate. All right, I hate when motherfuckers they think they doing you justice by not giving you a spoiler, but they be like, okay, let me just say one thing. Grits. Just remember that. Grits. Remember that shit now, okay? You don't know what I'm talking about. I'll be like, what the fuck? Like, I might not watch this shit a year out. You know what I'm saying? I might watch it tomorrow, and now I'm gonna be. It done tainted my way of seeing the show. I'm gonna say grits. Are they gonna be cooking them? Are they gonna post some hot grits on the motherfucker? Are they just do they run a grits factory? Like, I'm fucked up now. I'm fucked up now. Listen, if you want to connect with the people that are watching the show that you watching, you need to find a place where you know that the people that you want to talk to about it are somewhere where you can talk to them privately.
There's no place like that.
Yes, it is.
No.
It's a Facebook group message. It's a group me.
Yeah.
It's a Google Hang.
Yeah, but with the way Netflix is doing this, is people gonna be at different places in the seasons now. Like, it ain't like where if you watching the show as it come out every week, you might be able to do that, like waiting a day or two so everybody has seen it. This shit, I mean, like I said, people watch that entire season in one sitting, so they way ahead of anybody, and anybody else that's pacing themselves. Like, you can't really get in these groups about the shows because you might not be at the same place, and because the way Netflix do it, you people might have already watched everything and know how the season is, and they gonna fuck it up for you. So you can't even get in a group and talk about it, or you can't get in a group to chat about it because somebody might fuck some shit up for you. It might ruin it for you.
You can.
It makes it more difficult to do that.
Well, I mean, I'm in a group and they created a whole thread that said it just had a lot of sports, like a lot of big exclamation point there. They spoilers. Well, don't read this shit if you ain't seen the whole season.
Oh, okay.
And then they start talking about it. I know to scroll past that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you just start typing out what's happening in the show, I don't know. It could be about a situation. It could be about anything. And your story be like, so last night I was watching TV and my nigga Blank died on this show. What the fuck? I wasn't expecting that. You need to at least give me a chance. Now, if I read on after knowing that you was finna spoil something, I just hung myself. I just did that shit to myself. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't think it should be a time limit. I think you should ask a motherfucker if they seen some shit.
Yeah, but there are movies. There are classic movies that you have not seen still. We'll never be able to talk about them.
I had seen them classic movies for a reason.
Why
do I have to suffer? Well, because my mama wouldn't let me watch shit when I was growing up. My mama wouldn't let me watch Power Rangers.
Okay, but so therefore, you're probably never gonna watch this movie, so I should be able to talk to you about it.
But why would you even want to? But I might.
Because we might be talking about something and there's a reference to it in this movie that you haven't seen, and I want to bring the reference.
And you need to be more creative with your references because there's plenty of other sources.
You need to be more movie savvy.
Then you need to be patient. You need to learn how to make this reference after
you
have me go watch this movie.
Years old. If you haven't seen this movie right now, you are probably
don't
not
make me go and find
it.
all the shit you haven't seen. I will go find all the shit you haven't seen, watch it, and then spoil it.
But see, it doesn't work. It ain't gonna work. That it won't work on me because I don't care. I'm
and
either gonna watch it or
every
not.
fucking thing anyway.
And
I won't
have.
be able to find shit but stupid shit.
Exactly, because I watch a lot of stuff, so it will be difficult for you.
I have to be petty and go watch new ass shit and then send you Facebook messages about what happened. Sneak them in.
Yeah, that would be petty.
But I wouldn't do that because that's what my whole argument is about. That shit's stupid. Don't do it. Don't spoil shit for nobody.
So instead of a Reds rant this week, y'all got it on point rant about spoilers. Man,
it's a dude in a Facebook group, and he spoils a major plot point in Star Wars on the night it came out.
Oh, see, shit like that.
I think they will, if that group was actual in a building, I think he would have got his ass stomped out.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have survived it. They kicked his ass off the group so fast.
Now, see, that's unreasonable. You know that opening night, everybody is not going to be able to go see a movie opening night. And you know you spoiled. The same way with the weekend that Luke Cage come out. Everybody not finna sit and dedicate 14 hours of their life to this shit. Like, I'm not finna do that. I'm sorry. I lose it. Like, I will go to sleep and miss shit. Like, I am not going to be able to pay attention for that long. I know me. And I'll drift off or start cleaning up or some shit and I'll miss some valid points. So, I'm not finna do that. And just because you do that, it's not reasonable for you to assume that everybody did that. So that's not reasonable to me. You know, and opening night of a movie, it's not reasonable to be dropping spoilers. 2 years later, though, I don't know. Like, 2 years after Star Wars, the movie then came out, I don't know. Like, I feel like at that point,
So you think somebody should be able to come out and just be like, hey, you seen Star Wars? No. Well, such and such died. 5 years later.
But what if they don't ask you? What if they assume you've seen it because it's been 5 years later?
You get allowance for mistakes. You get an
And you
allowance
didn't
for
know.
assuming that I should have seen a cult classic. You know what I'm saying? You get an allowance for that. But I bet you'll never do that shit again after that first time. I don't know how I respond, but I know you ain't gonna do it no second time.
What is something that you had to see that I was surprised? A Clockwork Orange. You had never watched
Cause that shit just creepy anyway.
It was creepy. I don't even remember why I watched. I think I watched it in my grad school program because about it was the electric shocks and stuff. I think we discussed it or watched it. I can't remember.
And
it
it's
was
long
something
as shit.
else. It is extremely long. There was something else that you had. There's a lot of stuff you haven't seen that I'm surprised by. A lot of older movies.
I didn't have opportunity to watch movies when I was little. My mom wouldn't let me watch
I
shit.
didn't either, but I made up for it as an adult because people make references to stuff and then I don't know what they're talking about and I want to get it, so I go watch it. I didn't get to watch let's see, what is something that I watched as an adult that I didn't see? Harlem Nights. The first time I watched Harlem Nights is as an adult, but people always make references to it, and I wanted to know. And it's pretty fucking funny.
Harlem Nights ain't even in that group of movies, anyway.
What group of movies?
The group of movies that are universal cult class. That's a black cult class.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, whatever. I know what you're saying. But like, shit like Fight Club. Mm-hmm. If you 30 and ain't seen that, you already know what the fuck it's about.
Yep.
You just been spoiled for you. It's a certain level of shit it's spoiled for you already.
Probably
because you probably spoiled. It was spoiled. It's spoiled in TV shows.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I keep up with stuff because people make such it becomes pop culture and it gets referenced and you gonna get it. So what happens if another show spoil it for you? What if you watch a Family Guy that spoil it for you?
This Family Guy ain't spoiled shit in 13 years. They ain't doing it. I imagine they ain't doing it on purpose. Family Guy make you go watch shit.
Yeah.
It just make you be like, that. First off, the joke went over my head.
Yeah.
But I know what it's referencing. Let me go watch it. That's how Family Guy do.
I have not watched Family Guy in forever. I used to be like a diehard Family Guy. I switched my obsessions. I'm obsessed with King of the Hill now. Then it'll be Family Guy. I'll be watching Family Guy nonstop. Simpsons nonstop. Daria, I'll just start watching Daria because I have it the full thing. I don't know. I rotate between my I just watch the same shit over and over again, and I'm still amused by it, even with me watching it continuously. So
I got you. Well, that's all I got on my mind, though.
That's it.
You got anything else?
Oh, don't forget to let us know when you want to interact with us next weekend and shit.
All right. Until we come to the next conversation.
We out.
Holla.